Hello everyone and welcome to the Little Blue Fly. It's been a moment since I've been here and I want to make sure to just extend out my gratefulness for you all, for all your well wishes and your prayers for Ryli and our family. Her surgery went very well and now it's the recovery process. The foot is still covered, so she had an external fixator put on with pins to help pull back her bones so that Ryli can get out of her wheelchair and have full mobility. So thank you all again so much. And now today I would like to share with you some new treasures in a good, hearty, healthy soup. So that being said, let's begin, shall we? Okay, now we have, here's all the ingredients. We're just gonna start up front. I have some onions here in my bowl, some Italian seasoning, bay leaves, frozen peas, double starch, macaroni, and the small potatoes cut in half, the yellow and the cabbage, couple cans of corn, diced tomatoes, and some light red kidney beans, not dark because the skins are thinner. In the light, we have broccoli, squash, celery, cabbage, better than bouillon, and 3 pounds of ground turkey. Now, you can switch things up here if you prefer ground beef or ground chicken. That's your choice. We love ground turkey. So you put it in your soup pot. I would have loved to have used Mom's soup pot for this recipe, but today we'll be using this one. So I have the turkey meat. On top of it, I just put a little bit of cumin. We love cumin, the taste of it, and some garlic powder. And a little bit, I cracked some salt on top as well. And now we're just going to brown it with some onions and add celery in with it as well. You know, it's just all preference. Some people like to really saute their onions and celery together beforehand. With this recipe, it's really not needed. That's why I'm adding it in now. So everything is just browning up. That is the secret to, Mama taught me this many years ago. She said, Beverly, you make sure when you ground your turkey, your ground beef, you get it nice and brown. So I'm listening to Mom and I'm making it nice and brown because it just makes for a better flavor in the soups. It was so wonderful, you know, my mama being German and just being raised with the German cooking and baking in the house. Okay, anyhow, we have a can of kidney beans, juice and all. You just dump it in. Same with the corn. For those of you that like no salt, organic, I mean, you make it to your liking. But we want a little bit more corn, so I put quite a bit of juice in there and about a half a can of the corn. Now again, this is with 3 pounds of meat. If you just used 1 pound, well then you would just use 1 can of corn. And I only use maybe a half a can of tomatoes. You definitely could add the whole can, but my tummy's a little bit sensitive to the tomato, the red anyhow. So that's why I'm just putting in a little. We have squash that I'm adding in. So this soup is called a minestrone soup. A friend of mine gave this to me over 30 years ago. And I just made it my own and just started adding in the different veggies that I like and the family enjoys. They don't too much enjoy squash, but look, when you put it in this minestrone soup, you don't know it's there. It all breaks down, which is great. You know, but you still have the good, you know, nutrition value. So here we have the better than bouillon. Love this. You know, it's creamy. You just drop it in, you know, versus using those bouillon cubes. Sometimes if they don't dissolve all the way and you take a bite into your soup, you get a big chunk of that sodium cube, and it's disgusting. So anyhow, and what's nice also about using Better Than Bouillon, the seasoning, there's no MSG, monosodium glutamate. My body does not like that monosodium glutamate, and this does not have it in. So then I'm adding in some sliced cabbage, and I'm just adding a little with Italian seasoning, and the cabbage will break down. As it starts breaking down, I do add in more cabbage. I hope all of you are listening to this, because I will not have a recipe written down just yet because life is so busy. But for those of you with caring for Ryli, adding in the water, but all the way up to the top, and we will continue to add in water. So no broths are used. You just use the Better Than Bouillon. And then I did not share this though. There are beef stew packets. Those have quite a bit of sodium in them. But I do just take 1 tablespoon out of that and add it into this very large pot. 1 tablespoon, yes, of the beef stew packet. So as you can see, it's all breaking down. We have the goodness working here in the pot, and it's just, I plan on having more of these recipes coming forth. So if you're interested, I invite you to subscribe to the Little Blue Fly. But again, what we're doing here, we're just letting all of this break down. Again, the kidney beans I use are the light red because the skins on them are, they're not as tough as the dark kidney beans. But if you like that kind of bean, you could use it, but I prefer the light red. Then the potatoes. My family, it's a battle with these. As you can see, the pot is very full. And they kind of fight over these potatoes. They really like having that little pop of a potato on their spoon. So I add a few. And then the next day, when I reheat the soup, I add a little bit more water to it, liquid, and a little bit more of the bouillon. And I place in some more potatoes, sliced potatoes. Now, the last 20 minutes of cooking the soup, I put in the bay leaves, the garlic, the elbow macaroni, and the frozen peas. But I just want to make sure that everything, all the cabbage is cooked down and everything. So the broccoli breaks down, the squash will almost completely break down. And then we add in our second starch. We're a starchy family over here. And I pretty much just go by handfuls. You know, I put anywhere from like 4 to 6 handfuls of elbow macaroni. That's just the thing. When you learn how to make soups, you don't measure anymore. Everything just goes by a pinch or a handful. I should really think about putting together like a little, maybe cookbook of, different, German soups I was raised with. And because who doesn't like a good soup in the chilly months? But I thought to make this because it's a comfort food. And Ryli, she's going through so much, and gosh, she's so strong, with all these different surgeries she's going through. And I just thought this would be, our days are cooler, and it would just be a good, nutritious soup for her, one that she really enjoys. And then I'm adding in some of the peas, mixing it up. Now, she does have another appointment coming up this week, and the wrap comes off of her foot, and we get to see everything. Right, so far that part has been blocked, which is a good thing. But anyhow, I probably shouldn't have spoken about that as I'm stirring the soup. But anyhow, Here we are. And now we have it all mixed in. I'm going to place in the bay leaves. Whoever gets them and their soup bowls gets a kiss from Mom. I'm going to put the lid on and just let it cook away. It's just that simple, this recipe. Okay, now let's see how things are. We have everything. As you can see, look, you could just see little pieces of the squash and the elbow macaronis cooked down. The broccoli is really mixed in the soup along with the cabbage. And again, where's smell-o-vision? I mean, all this technology, why haven't they invented smell-o-vision yet? You would love the scent. We have the bay leaves, and I will work on getting this recipe printed out, but pretty much everything I spoke about and, you know, all the ingredients, nothing extra was added. So I thought, you know, let's make things a little bit special for Ryli. I did not do homemade biscuits. I don't have time for that right now. I'm so busy, you know, after the surgery and all the, you know, the medicines to make sure that she has her comfort and she can heal and she can rest. It's all about the canned biscuits. Because, you know, making them homemade, it's not that, you know, it's hard, but it is time consuming. And again, because there's so many different med passes going on, it's like I'm almost on a newborn schedule. It's like a every 4 hour, and I'm older now. You know, I'm 59, and it just tends to, you know, make me a little bit exhausted, I guess I can say. So she has her biscuits, and I thought to serve her in the special blue and white. This is such a wonderful soup bowl. I will make sure to share a link for these. I did purchase them from Williams-Sonoma. Beautiful blue and white print. And I thought it would be nice. She has a little lap tray up in her bed, and we will place this on there with her biscuits and just, you know, a special napkin and a candle. Gonna give her a little extra potato and yeah, just make it nice for her. So here we have her healthy and hearty minestrone soup. Put a nice dollop of daisy on top, and I will sprinkle some Parmesan cheese on it as well because she loves it. With a couple of biscuits. I hope you all enjoyed watching me make this recipe and that you might think about trying it in your own kitchens. And here's her napkin, and now I'm going to have Dad with a candle run it upstairs to her so that she can enjoy this meal, and I will get the rest of the family served up. Okay, so now that we are done with the soup of it all, I'm going to, I have shared this piece before, but for those of you that are new, this is a 3-tier gold tea cart that I purchased from Home Depot. And I will make sure to share a link for those of you that might be interested in this piece. It's fabulous. It's lightweight. It's not super large and bulky. It's the perfect size for that corner in your home or that smaller wall. It has the aged, you know, gold on it with, you know, some, I don't know, what do we call it? Not a fluting. I'm not thinking of the word right now, but anyhow, the mirrors, you get the reflection of whatever decor you place on top. It's just really a wonderful piece to decorate with in the home. And again, I will make sure to share a product link with you all, for those of you that might be interested. Along with a few other treasures and just a few. Now on the wall, I wanted to share, okay, I'm bringing back in my warmth. I got rid of the other mirror. I had two of them. I sold them because I just prefer my richer colors. And so the mirrors up there really warmed up the corner. This cart is normally in front of my black arched shutter mirror, but I have something else that's getting ready to take place. There's going to be no more fall decorating. Now, on my Facebook and on Instagram, I will, time permitting, because everything is, quite busy with Ryli and all. But I will probably have little things of fall here and there that I might put together, like on a tray, for the day or two. But here is a vintage lampshade that was a Facebook marketplace find. Quite the steal. They were only asking $15 for this piece. That is unheard of. This is quite large. It's in beautiful condition. A treasure that I will enjoy for many years to come. And I did share on this tea cart how I decided to go with a group of lights. That will come on. I will be decorating here in just a little bit. Not too much, though. This is more a haul of things I wanted to share before they go out of stock, before they're all sold, because I'm moving into Christmas. So here we have this fall wreath that was purchased from the at-home store. If you do not have one close by, they are online, which is fabulous, and you can order some or just one of these wreaths. They are beautiful. It's hard to find a good pear, a good faux pear, and these are aged to perfection. I love them. I really would like to purchase a couple more. We'll see if I can get my hands on a couple more of these here within this week. We'll see. But if not, we'll make these 3 work. Again, I will share the link. Now this is, I really had to share these, and sooner than later. These are the My Texas House trees, cypress trees have really gone viral out there. And they came out with these small ones this year. I think they're like 24 inches, and they come with lights. You just plug it in. You don't have to fuss with the batteries. I'm kind of getting over the whole battery thing. It just starts becoming a hassle. I'm going more of the USB, just plugging it in and let it charge. Although a battery does give you more life from your lighting, but it's just such a hassle to always recharge. But these little sweet trees that come in a wicker basket are going so fast. I will make sure to share the product link. Hopefully there's still some there. But again, they're going quickly. It will even show you when you're on Walmart's site just how many are selling. They are the perfect little trees to put on consoles or up on shelves or in cabinets because they're small. They're petite and perfect for holiday decorating. So I did purchase 3 of these. And again, I will make sure to share them in my products link. And also by My Texas House, these are going fast as well. Anything bells. Everyone loves bells. They go so quickly. And these have a very nice red velvet hanger, piece of fabric here. I'm sorry, I went blank there for a moment. And the gold bell. And look on the inside, it will even make noise if you want it to. These would look beautiful stacked on top of books inside the house. You could even place them outside if you wanted to, but covered. Don't let any weather get on them, because then they would probably get very aged looking. So I purchased 3 of these. So not a big, huge haul. I do have one other thing that I would like to share We'll go over to the right of the living room. I cannot pull back, nor do I need to at this moment. But I will say this, when I come back shortly, I don't know if it'll be the first or the second video, but I'm just going to get the living room done and just one big swoop of things because I must, because life is very busy over here taking care of Ryli. So again, everything will be linked, and I do have one more item I would like to share with you all. But first, let's do just a little bit of decorating. And I mean just a little. But after this, it's all about Christmas. So I have this light that they have been out of stock, but it has up at top. It's so fun, right? It has the little track up there that the cord goes through. A perfect little floral shade. I just love, it's dainty, it puts out just the perfect amount of light, looks fun in front of the mirror with all of these other lamps. So the one to the right, I've been looking for a lampshade, so I did just share the one in the hall. We will see how it looks in a moment. The vintage lamp to the right, that was a Facebook Marketplace find. I did look these lamps up because there's a name on them. I was like, shut up. $600. $600 for these lamps. I picked them up for $50 on Facebook Marketplace. I had no idea. I just knew I loved the look. But what you just never know what treasure you're going to come across or what is going to find you on Facebook Marketplace. The lamp up front, hold me to it, everyone. We will have a video on how to make that. And the one in the back is by Ballard Designs. It is currently on clearance, a very tall brass lamp. And here's the lampshade. I love this lampshade. It is the perfect, what I was looking for on this table. Because I'm a lamp lover. I can't help it. And I thought, I just don't want one lamp. I want a cluster of lamps. And again, I am in love with this look. We have the two black shades on the left. One, I put the one in the back. I put some I aged the ribbon, the metal ribbon, laced it around the lampshade top and bottom just to give it more of a vintagey look. And then having the wicker to the right, it just gives that perfect warm cottage vibe that just really makes my heart sing. So I kept looking, and look, it came for $15. So never give up. Okay, this right here, everyone, I am calling it my no husband needed Christmas tree. Every woman needs one of these. I did share one last year, the 7.5 foot. This is the 9 foot. Then I have the little 24s, but I also have a 4-foot one as well. What is amazing about this tree is you don't have to wait on your husband. If you are one of those women that get impatient like myself, but the husband is always caught up into doing something and you just want to get things done, well, guess what? This is the tree that allows you to do just that. And I'm going to share other positive pluses with these trees. I will make sure to share a link for those of you that might be interested. And I am putting it right here in front of my black shutter mirror. Okay, so I just pulled some of the bubble wrapping back. It just right like this. And the instructions, I was getting ready to say ingredients. No, we're not cooking, Bev. We're decorating. Okay, instructions to the left. And then you have the bubble wrap over top. It basically wraps underneath the tree. So I'm going to get this taken off so that we can start pulling them out of the boxes. And you will see how simple this is. Again, They come in a 9-foot. They're at Walmart. I'll share the product link, and they're viral. So they're going fast. You have the 9-foot, the 7.5, a 4-foot. I think they have another one too, but then the little ones. So you must go look at these before they are gone. They might already be gone. Some of them. They're just loved that much. And it is a different type of tree. You see how easy I just picked that branch up? The box is next to nothing. It's skinny. It's lightweight. Again, it is a cypress look. It's not pine. So this is the top piece right here. I'm going to move this off to the side. And now let's look at these other pieces. So this one right here, I'm sorry, I'm trying to move around the camera stand. This is the metal piece. So this is pretty much, to me, the heaviest piece out of them all, and it's not. And then, so you have 3 pieces. That's it. 1, 2, 3, easy peasy. Then you have a stand. And with a rubber band, I think it took the longest to take the rubber band off the plastic than it did to take these 3 pieces out of the box. I'm telling you, every woman, if this is the style you like, I absolutely love it. It's different. I will go on about it in a moment, but it's taken me longer to get this rubber band off this plastic than for me, literally, to take these out. This tree, it's put together within 5 minutes. I kid you not. Now you're going to, want to, fluff things a little bit. So this, opens and closes, but I want to share something with you. And here's the little screws to tighten up the bottom branch here. Okay, so on the inside, you can see as we are moving the stand, right, the hole will close up. But then when you move the stand, the holes align. And look at that, just too simple. You can't get it wrong. You just can't. That's when you put the screws in, right? Because otherwise the screw's not going to go in. It's just that simple. So I'm going to place in the screws, but not all the way, because you want to get the bottom branch in, right? Okay, so here I'm putting my third one in. So simple. So lightweight. Now they're in place, and I'm going to put the bottom section of the tree, and it's so easy. Pick it up, put it in there, and it just, well, you'll see, it just comes right down. Again, this is not a pine tree. It is a cypress tree. So you just take off the protective cover, which I will make sure to keep those, because I will take this out of the box and put it in a Christmas tree bag. It just goes right in there and plop. There it goes. That's it. It's just that simple. All the branches, they fall down, and you can just, fluff them however you want to. Again, it's not a pine, so you're going to have open areas in your tree. Now, this is what I'm going to share just a different tree technique this year. Okay, so up at top, really quick, the top piece, from just this section right here going up, where I started, that's the only part that you have to pull apart. The rest are on these metal arms, and it just falls down. And then what I do, because it's pre-lit, okay, what I do is just twist around the branches a little bit. When you're working with this tree, you're not going to get cut. How many of us cut our hands, cut our arms from the pine trees? Now, listen, I'm not putting down a pine tree. I love my pine trees, but it comes with a little bit of pain, right? We scratch ourselves up with those branches. Here it has that real touch, look and feel, and you don't get scratched up. You have no pine needles that are falling down to the ground. You can do everything on your own. How fabulous. As you can see, look, I'm decorating back here in my pajamas. I love this. I'm so busy. I'm so exhausted these days, with everything that's going on. I mean, this is really kind of the best of both worlds right now, not getting scratched up with the tree. But please stay tuned in to my videos because I'm going to share with you inverted Christmas tree decorating coming up this week. I hope to see you all again soon.